Just a couple of redneck amigos full of BS reviewing bourbon, tequila, rum, beer, and more. Boozy Spirits.
Good afternoon. We are here at the Boozy Spirits studio with a very special dressed up guest.
Got Santa in the house.
Yeah, dude, I thought I was like bad all year, and all of a sudden Santa shows up with freaking beer. So I know I'm good.
And Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
Single barrel, too.
Santa sees everything, and you might think it's all bad, but I'm pretty sure your good outweighs any bad.
I hope so. I got my nuts on the table if you want some, Bo.
Well, thank you. Are they salty?
No, they're sweet. They're butter toasted nuts.
A strict conditioning regimen keeps them that way.
So our special guest to everybody, because everybody knows Bo already, but is Bo Hicks from Druid City Brewing. So I want to know some background. Did you used to be a home brewer? You had to be.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's sort of how it got started. Me and my business partner, 2010, Elliot Roberts, we were in a homebrew club. And so we started home brewing. And then we decided that at some point somebody was going to open up a brewery in Tuscaloosa just to capitalize on the school and to not really focus on the community, the arts, things that we like. So we decided, fuck it. Okay.
Do it.
Wait, I forgot to ask. Can you be blue on this podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ooh, fucking hang. We never worked at a different brewery. All we did was we went from driveway to trying to figure it out. Now, there was definitely some consistency issues at first, but we really wanted to focus on being a part of the community, and that's something that's part of our identity. And so, we got it started a little bit before Black Warrior, who are our friends. We lovingly refer to them as Gary's Old Town Tavern as to where we're cheers. And give them grief for being dorky engineers. But God bless them. We work in tandem a lot. They help us out. We're two sides of the same coin of trying to create something that Tuscaloosa can be proud of.
Definitely. So when did Druid City Brewing actually open officially?
So our first beer was Black Friday of 2012.
Okay.
We did a launch at Egan's with a secret musical guest.
Nice.
And then our tap room opened in the summer of 13. So we started with just two styles. We started with a pale and a wheat because we wanted something that was approachable because craft beer was still kind of coming up, and there's almost been a trend of going back down to sort of simpler styles. And that's something that, as much as I love, a hazy, milkshakey, even the beer I brought today, our toasted coconut bourbon porter. Also, sometimes it's nice to just have a beer and not have to think about it so much.
Right.
And you can't hide behind inferior beer with simpler styles. There's not enough flavor to sort of mask them. So it's also sort of a testament about being a good brewer, of being able to make styles that are not as complex. They're not overhyped or anything like that. So we've been trucking along since the tap room's open. We've just recently moved into a new one. When we used to do shows, it was setting up a little Mackie PA outside, hoping for no rain or for it not to be cold, and then breaking it down at the end of the night. We now have a little venue space at the new brewery. We've tried to really celebrate Tuscaloosa, having the Sistine Chucker mural from the old Chucker up. Our bar top is from Leland Lanes. Cool. And so we want to show our commitment to the community.
Awesome. Where's the new one located at?
It's in the scenic Parkview Shopping Center. If you know where the bakery is on 15th Street, we're in the Parkview complex there, right across the street from Central High School.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we're next to Sequel Electrical. We always like to joke around and say that we're, sort of secretly located. But also, parking is never a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot of parking. It's a blessing and a curse not being in a huge, entertainment district.
Sure.
You
also have food now, right?
We do. We just recently opened up our kitchen, and it's been something that's been great. I used to work in food a lot, but also with the cost of the build-out and everything, we had to sort of pull back our scope, and so we get to be really creative with the equipment we have. So we do pizza, quarter pound, all beef hot dogs,
You bring some of those.
You'll have to try them tomorrow.
Hey, their food is amazing. I mean, it really is amazing.
Where'd you work at before in the food industry?
So I worked at 15th Street Diner for about 8 or 9 years, and I even worked there when I was tending bar at Egan's because I'm a morning person, shockingly. So I would already be up. You know, I might as well go in.
Make some money.
Yeah, and then worked at Qdoba for a while, and would pitch in at Hell's Tavern when it was on the Strip, and so I had some experience in that. But then, trying to juggle all that and then also run the brewery and all that, so a little bit stressful, and maybe that's why
Happens.
I enjoy lunch drinks.
Now, I don't know. It's a long time ago, but I don't know if Bo remembers. We used to hang out a lot together with Rob Fields.
Oh yeah,
I was in high school. I'd go hang out at Decades, and me and Rob go to 15th Street Diner and eat with Bo.
Yeah,
Nice.
well, shit, I did forget that, Justin.
I was about 200 pounds heavier. So
Wow, oh, good job.
I'll show you one of those pictures. You'll probably be like, "Oh, that was that fat fucker."
Well, as a Santa that's coming in at a tight 3 bills here,
That was a long time ago, though.
I don't have a lot of room to talk.
I couldn't find it. I looked for it. I had the shirt with your glasses on it. Remember that shirt?
Oh yeah,
I don't know where it says. It's in the attic or somewhere.
Nice.
we
A long time ago.
used to do one of those every year and then donate it to charity because it was like there was a Bo from Air shirt. Even though I want the record to reflect, former guest Walt Maddox is a really good dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would never run against Walt.
That was probably, 05, 07 range, something like that?
Yeah, and that was about then because I was also going to Egan's, and then I was also, at that time, I was like one of the Jamaican people from In Living Color. Like, I was also running the bar at the Bama Theater.
Okay. I used to do, I was in high school. It might have been early. What was that? It might have been earlier in 07. I graduated college in 07, so I was probably like early 2000, maybe.
Yeah, well, I've worked at the 15th Street Diner about the year 2000 till about 2007.
Okay, so it was probably like 2000, 2001, because I graduated high school in 01, so.
Yeah, class of 98, Brookwood Panther.
And I actually did Hell's Tavern's website also.
Oh, really? Man, I was just talking to Wright the other day.
I miss those places, Hell's Tavern and
time ago.
Egan's. There's so much character.
Well, they Hell's Tavern also championed my first band, Chinese Dentist, that I was in with Paul Lasavio and Rusty Kaiser and Chris Johnson that was in Pain, and then a bunch of other things. They really helped.
Pain. I forgot about Pain.
Oh yeah,
Some good stuff.
they really helped us get going.
You remember Manzai?
Yeah,
I did all their stuff too.
I remember. I
And
think
of course,
I saw.
Leader Dog did all their
Oh
stuff.
yeah. I remember seeing, or formerly Dust, right?
Yeah.
I
did
remember.
that
I
album
remember
cover.
the transition to where the liner notes were bass dog and drum dog.
That was all me. I did the original Dust cover on. I don't even remember what it was. Wasn't Photoshop because I did it, and Dave Bowman said, "I don't like this. Can you change it?" I was like, "Son of a bitch! I got to redo the whole thing." And somebody's like, "You can do like layers, so you just change the text." I'm like, "I didn't know that."
Now you know.
Now I know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, used to when I made.
I was also like
band
16.
when I made band posters and I was 21, I just tangentially, loosely understood Photoshop and other manipulation software. So it took me. It's like I remember discovering that and going, "Oh shit!"
It's so much easier.
Yeah, I could just take that layer off.
I didn't know
Slide
that.
another one in, put it in order, man. Grip it and rip it.
That's it. I don't know if y'all noticed. I've been mixing these two together. It's pretty damn good too.
Have you?
Take a little sip of the Eagle Rare and a little sip of the beer.
Well, I hadn't tried this Eagle Rare yet, so I'm going to finish this Willet
Yeah.
Will it?
that you
Man.
hooked us up with.
Thank you, Justin. This is amazing.
It is really
It
good.
was one that I didn't think I was going to get to ever try because I really, I come from beer, but also, man, I really love a nice bourbon, and it's one of those things. I was talking to my Lost Boys, which I lovingly refer to my staff as, because I'm like party pan at 44, and still pretending I can do things. And so I was talking to them, and I was like, it wasn't too many years ago you could get regular Eagle Rare and Blanton's, on the shelf. It was
Every
not,
day.
Yeah. You could just go to the ABC store,
Right.
and it was there. And now, the collecting market and all that makes it tough. But, I mean, there's a reason this Eagle Rare bottle brought to y'all is half gone. Like, not on me. I mean, maybe a quarter. No, but I mean, I think sometimes these things are made to be drank and not hoarded.
absolutely.
I wanted
absolutely.
to
Yes.
share them with friends and people I care
Absolutely.
about.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and
I'm a
so
big component of that. Like, I open everything.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, It's like having that new pair of roller skates.
Yeah.
You don't ever put them on, then you grow out of it.
That's what I got
You
some
know, my
buddies-
liver could give up the ghost tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to try it. That's what I got. They always tell a story like, say, hey, my great granddad got this bottle of Eagle Rare. He never tried it. You want to try it? I'm like, that sucks. He paid for it and let
Yeah.
it sit there
Yeah.
for 40 years. Like,
Well, yeah, and it's
Knowing he wanted to try.
yeah. And
yeah.
we always joke, which is true. My wife makes fun of me. She's like, Justin's walking from the mailbox, opening the damn package, opening the bottle. Like that Willet. I just got it about 30 minutes ago. We just opened it up. Like, let's try it.
Well, yeah, let's.
I didn't go put it in my cabinet and say I got one, but I didn't try it. I'm like, let's try it. Matt tried it. Bo tried it. You know, like let's share it and try it out.
It's like a party in my mouth.
It's good. I'm a big component of that though. Like, you got to enjoy it.
Yeah, man, life's too short to
You want a little bit?
just a hair. I still have to go communicate in King's English to most likely several people.
So tell us about this beer you brought. That's going on sale.
Yeah, it's going on
For
sale
Christmas.
For Christmas, they make great
This is
gifts.
gigantic
Yes.
can.
I know.
It
you
is
feel like
beautiful.
It
galore.
reminds me of going to pee.
Can you imagine getting a 6-pack of that?
All right, I'm gonna need the hand trucks.
I think
No,
it's
so
thick.
the one of our, when we were talking about the history, we were talking about how we started with just a Belgian wit beer and our pale ale. And so when we grew our portfolio, we launched Lamplighter, now Moonlighter. That's a whole different discussion than the Bear's not here. And
we tried that
then-
one with Maddox.
Yeah, and then he loves that beer.
Yes. It is good.
Yeah, well, thank you. And then the porter was something me and Elliot had tried, when we were brewing in the driveway. And the porter is essentially Elliot's baby. Like the IPA was one that I came up with that I was really proud of. I mean, we both gave each other, ideas and talked about it and decided what to change because we started with just a very basic porter recipe. It was like, okay, let's brew this and then let's see where we want to take it from that. And so we brewed this basic porter, and then Elliot had the idea, I think we need more chocolate malt. I think we need, this, that, and the other. So we worked it around, and that became just our North Porter,
Okay.
which is the base of this beer.
Okay. That's what I was fixing to ask you. That one do you have all the time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
we
this
have
is just
that
a
on.
special edition of it,
Yeah.
basically. Okay.
And, I think it was 5 years ago, there was a blind judging, and it was, it won best beer in the state with all these other beers. And, it was really funny. It was up in Florence. And so we didn't win any of the categories. So I was at the bar in the very back of the convention room, just like really going hard. And then they announced the winner, and I was like, oh.
Hold up.
And so by that point, I was jolly enough, to trot on up like a banty rooster. So I get up on stage and, I mumble something, and they give me the trophy, which is a diamond on a holder. And they're like, be careful. It's not attached. And I was like, man, I got it. Because I'm shitting in high cotton at this point. Like, I'm feeling great. And so I went down the stairs and I stumbled a little bit. And that diamond fell off. And it was like a curling stone sliding across this tight Berber carpet. And then I trotted over, picked it up. It's like, I'm okay. And everybody clapped. And so then that became, it's such a big beer that volume-wise, we don't sell that much of it.
Yeah.
Because, you're not going to sit there and house 6-9% porters.
Right.
But it's the one that we get most of the accolades, and that's something that I'm thankful. Not meaning to bring it down, but my business partner Elliot, who passed away, we named the kitchen at the brewery after him. That's why it's L's Kitchen. Awesome. And so we want to continue that legacy, and through some help of getting some bourbon barrels and a little bit of help from Straight to Ale up in Huntsville, we were able to age the porter into that. And then I always thought toasted coconut would be a good flavor. We did just a non-bourbon barrel aged toasted coconut, and it turned out good. So this year we're like, fuck it, let's go.
Let's go. It's great.
Yeah, let's go.
That's what we always say. Matt calls me a snob because I don't like regular beer, but this one's fantastic.
It is.
I'm over here because next week I'm going to Disney. I'm like, fuck, I want to go buy some of these tomorrow. But how many can I afford?
Yeah.
Tell the
Well,
kids
yeah.
we can't eat chicken fingers when we're
It's
Disney.
Hey, yeah.
It's hard
They
to
can
do.
skip a meal in Disney. Hell.
Man,
That's
if
probably 4 or 5 right there.
if you're going to Universal, the pro move is just to stay on property.
Yeah.
And then they don't check your water bottles, so fill that with your spirit of choice.
There you go.
Nice.
And then you buy the unlimited refill $20 soda
I don't know if
cup.
I can do that in Disney.
I hadn't been there since.
We were talking about that last week. We went to the SEC game. My buddy Backwoods from Mississippi. We had some Jack 139 proof rye. We're like, we can't take it in. He's like, squeeze it out of there, put it in your back pocket. Nobody even notices it.
Yeah,
That's what we do in Starkville. We do that at Disney.
Yeah.
Well, I like that you had intel from a Stark Philly or a Stark villain, depending on how you felt the next day.
We had some extra tickets, so him and his son came with us to the
Nice.
extra game, the Alabama game. So
Cool.
we had a great time.
Yeah, man. Life's about experiences. It ties back around to like we want to experience this together. As future generations get further and further apart from actually
Hanging out and doing
meet,
stuff.
meet space.
Yeah.
Like being with each other as opposed to communicating on these things.
Yeah.
Having those kind of connections, I think, is a very valuable thing.
I think that's one reason why we really hadn't done like remote stuff, because like this is fun hanging out here. Like if we were like had a video screen and you were at the brewery or something, like that's not as fun.
Well, it's not as intimate. And it's harder to feel comfortable to talk. I mean, at least for me, I would feel like I would need to.
Yeah.
You're right.
Plus, I can't figure out how to do it yet.
Maybe it's
If you ever have an emergency one, we have enough mixers and mics at the brewery. We were recording one called the Moonlighter for a while, and then just business picked up. So we're bringing that one back. And me and Tyler, the person that helps me book music, we've been when we have the time when an artist gets there early enough. Like we had Wanda from Wanda Band. We've had a couple other where we just sit and do like a quick digest, like the quickies that y'all do. Something that's a 5 to 8 minute, just kind of stinger. I
got
they
you.
call it in the industry. I don't know. I just need to speak with authority, and
like
then y'all
it. I like
believe
it.
it.
we all believe you at that point.
And just bullshit your way through it, and nobody knows the
man.
difference.
It was great to see Tyler the other night be recognized from Visit Tuscaloosa for what he does.
So Tyler, for those that don't know, has been one of my buddies. He does most all the music booking and everything at the brewery. He's what helps execute that because my eye is always on something else.
Yeah.
And, he was nominated this year and won a Trailblazer of the Year award.
Yep.
He got to put on long pants and a nice shirt. I did not.
He looked very out of character. It was hard for me to even recognize him at one point.
Well, somebody else had that too because he wasn't wearing a hat. It's like you don't have the struggle from I'm bald. So
We always joke about that. Like we won an award a few years ago, and Giovanni shows up in a suit, bow tie, and I show up in cargo shorts. And I had a collared shirt on, but I was like,
Whoa, okay.
it was a button up.
Okay.
No, I actually had on jeans for that one.
the pride of Belt.
Dang.
Yeah, exactly.
Modern Southern fashion. Thank you, Belt.
I'm too fat for pants most of the time. It's just my cargo shorts.
Well, somebody asked me why I always wear shorts, and I was like, well, it's a weird hiccup I have because as a plus size gentleman, the pants seem to just taper so much. I just don't like the way they look. So I've just
agree with you.
I've conditioned these yams to be
got you.
frost resistant.
I got you. That's why I got some jeans on today, and they're like loose leg, so the waist is like 3 sizes too big, so I can fit my freaking bottom leg.
I've
feel
got
very uncomfortable.
delicate yams from all my walking.
Yeah, for sure.
But the tan line is absurd.
Oh, I'm sure.
I look like a nice light caramel on my legs.
Somebody made fun of me this morning at the restaurant and said, "You got on pants?" I was like, "Well, it's cold this morning." I had to meet a contractor over there to fix something at 6:30. I was like, "It was cold, and I hadn't been back home, so I am now miserable."
It is
But
odd to see you
It's 60, and I am miserable.
in dress jeans.
My Sunday go to meeting jeans.
Exactly.
But yeah, and so this is something that is just carrying on, sort of that, and something that, is a little bit special, but also it's not super off-putting. I mean, like I said, they're all like, we don't have any sort of bottling line, and so they're one at a time with a counter pressure filler.
Gotcha.
And by the time you're done, like, there's always just going to be a little bit when you pull out the bottling one, and so like everything on your body is sticky, like your eyelids are
everywhere.
sticky somehow, like.
That's awesome.
It is a fantastic beer, though.
Well, thank you very much.
props to you.
We're pretty proud of it. And
Not to get sentimental, I know Elliot would be proud of it as well. It's
no,
really good.
I mean I know
fantastic.
I know he really would.
It is good.
I miss that old turd. And he would be proud of me saying that.
Exactly.
So, no, we're just carrying it on, and we want to keep the mission statement going that me and Elliot started. And good Lord willing, we're going to keep doing it and trying to be a part of the community, man. We were trying to we brought in, a couple of younger people, both bartenders and stuff, because no matter how cool I think I am.
I've noticed some females in there and all.
Yeah.
You're still the fog of the group.
Well, yeah.
You know that one, Matt?
I'm
Fucking old guy.
Yeah. I'm more of like a party uncle.
The funkle.
The fun uncle. So, yeah, to also like, hey, there's things I'm just not going to be able to connect with, or how can we do things different? Like, you're a creative person. Like, let's let you also grow, because there's going to be, there needs to be new people that also care about the community.
Absolutely.
That want to take it off, when I'm, yelling at a cloud, in the next 5 to 7 years.
Yeah. I get that, being in the restaurant industry. Like, I'm the creative one. I do all the marketing, graphics and stuff. But sometimes you need somebody else to come in there and like give you an idea, push you in a different way. You might, because you get complacent. And
well, yeah, you get
even though you think you're amazing, you get complacent. You need somebody to push you a new level.
You'll get stale.
Yeah.
Like one of the people was one of our old bartenders, Sarah Ferguson. Now does a lot of our social media and stuff, and like we can be funny and witty and all that, but what it's a struggle that I think all businesses go through of how do you reach people these days? At what point are you spamming?
Right.
At what point, how do you make that connection that still feels relevant to the person? And so it's trying to juggle that, algorithms, a little bit more pop on your graphics that gets the relative part. If you have too many words, nobody's going to hover over that long enough to, read a novella.
Yeah. That's true. We were talking about that the other day with our podcast. I know most people probably dip out about 10 minutes into it. So we're after you get about an hour and a half, like nobo's listening no more. Like, whatever you want to say.
But see, I listen to 3-hour podcasts
I do
all the
too.
time.
I do too.
You hardcore history fans?
I do like some hardcore history.
I listen to our own podcast.
Yeah. And Lex Freeman, Elon Musk, Alex Jones.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I love Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan freaking kills me.
Oh, yeah. All the time. What a exemplar human.
Yes.
Making freaking bank.
So I want to give a shout out to Bo, because I'm a music guy, and Bo does the best job of bringing original music to Tuscaloosa. Without Bo, I don't even think we'd have a fucking scene in this town. I mean, seriously.
Well, I mean, those words mean a lot to me. And also, we've been going, I've always seen it since I got to Tuscaloosa proper in 1998. And there's always been a couple of peaks and valleys, and it just seems like we've been in a valley for longer than I remember. But also, you can't bitch about it on one hand without offering a nurturing environment.
Yeah, for sure.
On the other hand, like I look at music at Druid City Brewing completely as break even at best. We're not charging a cover right now. We've started experimenting with hey, here we've got a button. There's a QR code. 100% of it. It's kind of the pay what you want. Model that some people, and that just lightens the load. But also, I want that green band from Baton Rouge that's on tour to know that they get a guarantee.
Yeah.
Right.
And that they can play in front of somebody, because I also had that when I was either with Chinese Dentist or Bakwa, like either of those bands, the kindness of, people taking care of us on the road. Like there was a club in Hattiesburg, Mississippi called the Thirsty Hippo that we didn't really have a place.
I've been there.
Yeah. It was dope.
It was a cool place.
And they let us sleep, and they had a second floor, and they were just like, make sure the door's secure behind you, and and so we want to continue that of taking care of bands, because you never know when that's such a mental health for a lot of these people is being able to exhibit their art.
Yep.
That's very cathartic for them. And then B, if there's no new bands, what are the cover bands on the Strip going to play?
That's right.
I don't know. Touching base on what you said, I know when I was in college, I don't know if it's just because who I am, but I felt like there's more original bands, more music, and now it's more just house bands, cover bands, DJs and stuff. I don't know if that was just because what I experienced, or if that's legitly a
No,
thing,
I mean,
like
I think
saying.
it's a changing kind kind of culture thing, and I think it will swing back around.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a pendulum. You know, I saw somebody wearing Jinko jeans the other day, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Damn, that's been a while.
Yeah, man, it's been a hot
I can
minute.
pull mine back out now.
You get some low cab Airwalk shoes to go with that, sir.
Get some of those. I don't remember what they're called. The elephant leg jeans.
Yeah, those are
Oh,
Jinkos.
those Jinkos. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I used to wear those.
Yeah.
I did too. I promise you, I got a pair somewhere.
Mine were probably from Walmart though.
They were Bobo Jinkos. You're wearing them to that second Korn tour album. I once saw Marilyn Manson, Danzig, and Korn at Sloss Furnace before
I was
Korn.
there.
Really?
That was awesome.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I saw Manson and Slayer in Atlanta.
Oh, Jesus.
And me and a buddy were like, during Slayer, we're like, this is 2 hours of the same shit. Like, what is happening?
You know, one of my favorite bands, sort of, we did this Chucker reunion thing, and a bunch of old bands came. There was a Tuscaloosa band called the Penetrators, and they were a surf band.
I remember seeing posters of them.
But they had the biggest shtick in the world of they were always wearing matching, like they were secret agents. They were early adopters of like DVD, and this is in like 98, 99. They were, one of the first bands I knew that had a web page. But also, after about 5 songs, I feel like I've really
Saying
got the
over and over and over.
You got the feel of it?
yeah.
That was back when I was doing websites and stuff. Nobody knew what they were doing. Now, Squarespace, everything else, everybody can make their own website.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's almost plug and play
Yeah,
now.
but back then, nobody knew anything. I just read a book when I was like 14. That's when I met Dust. I was like, they're like, can you make a website? I'm like, yeah, come to my house. Come hang out with my parents. And actually, shout out to Dave Bowman.
Yeah.
He still texts my mom every year, Happy Mother's Day, because he used to come to my house and hang out and like
That's
do
awesome.
websites and stuff. Like,
Man,
I mean,
that's rad.
forever ago.
That's crazy.
So, I think it was being a part from early on in the Tuscaloosa scene through here that's really developed my love. One of my big talking points normally is people say Tuscaloosa is not Austin or Athens, and rightfully so, but also I don't want it to be. But through having a tent pole, like a creative brewery that features music, maybe that helps other creatives want to stay in the community and then create their own thing. Because one thing that used to really piss me off is, once you get a certain age, 28 or 29, you're not friends with the undergraduates as more. It's graduate students, adjunct faculty, and you would meet a bunch of, progressive people. And then we would bond to talk about this, but then they would move somewhere else. And it was like a lot of ivory tower ness. And I was like, no, man, you've been here. You've seen that not everybody is a racist, slack-jawed yokel.
Yes.
Like, if everybody that gave a shit left, then it would just be a fucking dumb husk of what it is. And so that's one of the things that drives me to stay here. I got nowhere else to go.
And you're an institution here also.
Yeah, definitely an institute.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. And stick around long enough.
It might be a mental institution still.
Either way.
And thankfully, they're about to make Bryce way better.
Hey, Bo's empty over here.
I'm gonna do one more. Like I said,
You want to try some of that Don Julio, the jalapenos tequila we picked?
Yeah,
Try that
I
out.
do
too.
like a nice tequila.
You should try tequila barrel finished porter or something one year.
I'm not against it.
I don't have any tequila barrels you could use, but that'd be a cool idea though.
No, I mean I think I can
You can
source some.
find some.
Well,
We tried. I want to say about it's been 8 years ago or so. We tried to sell some Druid City at Jalapenos, and it's so hard to sell craft stuff there.
Well, yeah.
because everybody wants their normal beer. They want their margaritas.
Yeah, they want their Modelo or
That
whatever it is. With the
I don't
lime.
know if are y'all still going through Adams.
Yes.
Okay, that was back because they brought in the tap handle. I don't even remember which. I ain't like beer. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
but we could not sell it. I pushed it. I made graphics. I put specials. It's just so aggravating.
I mean, but it's also knowing clientele. Like I live right up from the 5 Points one.
Okay, yeah.
I live over in Druid Hills in East Tuscaloosa. East side. Holler at my boy Kip.
Yeah.
Hey, Kip wants to come on.
Man,
We
We'll get him
got to get
first
him
of the
on.
year when we get him on.
like spritzers.
Whatever.
No, I love Kip. I mean,
That's a big
Kip.
fucking can.
It is a big can, dude.
Kip, he will answer any call. You know, he
My,
cares
my
about.
parents live on down 216 on Canyon Mill Road.
Yeah. Well, you know, as a former Brookwood Panther,
Yeah.
I know 216
Very well.
like the back of my hand as I was driving right past
Yeah,
Brookwood
absolutely.
my
Yeah.
senior year to
There you
go hang out with my buddies that live behind Jack's. Make poor decisions. I missed like 50 days my senior year. But the attendance lady, Miss Mack, loved me.
That helps.
Egna McPherson, you're the best. She's still with us.
Awesome.
I didn't mean to look up it.
Just sending vibes.
Yeah, just send the bliff up to heaven for her. But yeah, there was poor decisions were made. In retrospect.
I'm still impressed by this beer.
Oh well, thank you, man.
Really good.
It is good.
Like
I'm
I
about
said,
to get down on this.
see what you think. Like I said, Matt said I'm a beer snob, so that should mean a lot to you.
Yeah, so Justin doesn't drink a lot of beer, and I love craft beer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, not playing favorites, but Druid City, I go to a little bit more than I do Black Warrior.
Yeah, I mean, and
But their original music, and it's quality original music. I mean, Bo booked some of the best damn bands that I've ever seen come through Tuscaloosa, and that's truthful.
well, thank you. That means the world to me, and also getting to work with y'all for Kentuck, you know, has been a lot of fun. Frog Palmer,
Yep.
Randy Palmer. I don't know where the frog came from. He had been booking Kentuck for years, and then he came to me and he was like, you know, I think it's just time for some new blood. And I was like, Randy, I'm fucking 42. I mean, but that's been, you know, really something because as Kentuck goes, it's an amazing festival, and you know, you have a little bit of a budget, but I think for a lot of time, music was looked at as just value added.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a
It's sort
side,
of its
side
thing.
thing.
And yeah, but I wanted people that might not know about the art to then come for the music.
Yeah.
You know, the first year I did it, we had John Paul White, which
There-
was
and that crowd for John Paul White was amazing. I mean, it was crazy.
Hey, mine side played there one year.
oh yeah, Payne played there one year. When I
They
was a
did. They
kid.
did. I
That
think it was.
must
The
have
same, I think it
been
might have been the same year.
that must have been pre-Frog doing this.
Or he was drinking heavy.
yeah.
And we had Jeff Hogg on yesterday talking about Kentuck.
Well, yeah.
I told him if Kentuck gets the fuck out of there, you could put in a distillery or brewery right there.
We could.
Yeah. You know, I'm not entering the fray.
Or a dispensary, either way.
Yeah. I've been
Or a triple.
more because that's between. There's a lot of things I can't
Let them
control.
handle that.
Yeah. But you know, it's such a renowned event that it's been. You know, I want to see it keep going. You know, we had this year home football game hotels were, so we even had to pull a little closer in. But we
Yep.
still got Mike Cooley from the Truckers, which I think was a good score. So we're just trying to make sure we diversify it so it's not just stuff, you know, Party Uncle Bo likes. New title. I'm gonna
It's always a great time over there. I can
Uncle
tell you
Bo.
that.
yeah, I'm gonna have that put on a card.
Uncle Bo. I love it.
Bo Hicks, Party Uncle.
Uncle Bo. So what do you think about other distilleries, breweries coming into town?
You know, I wish
they-
them luck. We you know,
Benefit you? Like,
I mean, I think it's you know, it's the adage of a rising tide floats all boats to many things. You know, I want more people to support music
yeah.
Yes.
in town because I think that would also, you know, it can be a fickle bitch of getting people to show up. But
Yeah.
I think that I don't view that as competition. As far as another brewery, I mean, we trained the guys at Band of Brothers.
Okay,
Well, they
cool.
came and worked for us. I mean, if, you know, I was like, well, I'll tell you how I do it. Might
Yeah.
not be the right way.
Yeah.
We hadn't killed nobody yet.
Well, stuff always helps. Like our downtown jalapenos, Jack Brown's open next to us, and everybody's like, "You think it's going to hurt you?" I'm like, "No, that's going to bring more people.
More people, yeah.
downtown.
Well,
which
there's
is
a
gonna help
reason-
us. Same with you. Like, if there's more breweries, distilleries, you're like, man, I love this. Let me go check. I've never been to Druid City. Let me go
Yeah.
check it out. I've never
Yeah.
been to
I mean-
Black Warrior. Let me go check it out. 'cause
There's
I
a
like-
reason they built a convenience store next to a convenience store
Yeah, I
across
like,
the corner.
I like
you know?
Boozy Spirits, brewery.
Yeah,
Let me go check this other place out.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I've always found fascinating is when you're in a new town
Mm-hmm.
and there's always an area that's just car dealerships,
Yeah.
right? Which seems counterintuitive.
Skyline. Skyline.
Yeah, Scotland here in Memphis, where my wife's family lives, there's also a drag. That's just that. And I was like, well, that seems dumb. Why would you want to be? But also, if you're out shopping for cards, it makes it easy. Yeah. I mean, it's sort of the same thing, and that is that okay. The more of us there are, we have a better chance about attracting, because Tuscaloosa, until you become institutional,
which you are.
Well,
hey, the mayor said you were, so take that to the bank.
Yeah.
So does that mean he'll pay my rent?
I think you could get some kind of government help.
But until you become that, it's almost like a re-education thing until you get, once again, we don't do brisk business.
Yeah.
And like the younger college, there's tequila.
Need a drink?
Yeah, maybe less.
What do you think about that?
No, it's beautiful. I love Don Julio, the Anho, just the regular used to be.
So that's aged 10 months instead of 8, and it's a single barrel.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, but also, decent tequila is such a different animal.
It is. And kind of going back what you said before, like when you have this one, you're like, I don't know if we can sell all these bottles. We were the same with that because it was 246 bottles.
That's a lot of bottles.
It's a lot
for a restaurant to sell.
So me and my partner Giovanni were like, I don't know if we can sell. That's like $15,000 investment.
Yeah.
We got 3 bottles left.
Yeah. Those people that are connoisseurs, it's also, once again, finding a way to reach that market.
Yeah. Sure.
And that's going to do better in your situation, obviously, than a gringo, hoppy beer or a porter, So, I mean, it is what it is, but no, this is very nice.
Thank you.
Don Julio. It's one of my favorites. I always like the aged, or I'll dabble with the Reposado, sort of the
Reposado. Yeah, that's what that one's technically a Reposado, but it's a little bit longer Reposado.
Yeah, I mean, a functional Blanco or the white is fine in a margarita. I mean, it's one of those things like, as long as it's not gross, kind of like a Bloody Mary, like. Smirnoff is fine. Now,
we've had people come downtown.
Do I want Barton's?
No. We have one. Our most expensive downtown is $75 a shot. I've had people come in and want.
Is it that one?
That one's $35 a shot.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a Casa Dragon's Blanc sipping tequila. They wanted margaritas with it. $85 margaritas. I'm like, this is sipping tequila. They said, I don't care. That's what I want. I was like,
I bet you made some margaritas.
We did. They drank 4 of them.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, if that's what you want, like, I would sip on it by itself because, like you said, you could have a cheaper tequila in a margarita.
Yeah, of course.
You never know.
That's what they wanted.
Well, I mean, and once again, when I was doing game days at Egan's, if somebody wanted the the Grey Goose Bloody Mary, I'd be like,
okay,
all right. Whatever creams your Twinkie. As I've been wont to say. It's one of my colloquialisms.
I like it.
Snarf.
I'm not just saying it because you're here, but this is probably one of the best goddamn beers I've ever had, Bo.
You're going to bring a tear to a glass eye, man. That's another colloquialism. Keep it between the mayonnaise and the mustard. I feel like I need a pull string doll. There's a snake in my boot. Keep it between the mayonnaise and the mustard.
It really is. It hits all the notes that I personally like. And
well, thank you. And it's not over the top boozy. I mean, it's got boozy character and the bourbon, but
got a little coffeeness to it as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what's weird is so chocolate malt and black malt, one of the malts that you can add. That's where the color of a porter or stout comes from. So essentially, they take the barley and they roast it like you would coffee beans. And so chocolate's a little less than just roasted barley. Roasted barley is blacker than the devil's heart. And it really adds that coffee, dark chocolate kind of flavor to it. Yeah. And that's how you do it. In fact, when I worked at Manna for a while, we had a coffee substitute.
I used to see it, man. I forgot about Manna.
Once again, I've worked everywhere.
Bo has been around, dude.
that fucking.
You ever work at McDonald's down here?
That black bean burrito hits.
Yeah, man. The next day as well. But yeah, the coffee substitute was that. So those are the notes you're picking up. Like,
where's the toasted coconut come from? Is that proprietary or
no?
Did you beat the shit out of Tom Hanks on an island in Castaway and get some coconut or something?
Fire! Fire! No, I mean we take coconut flakes and toast them in an oven and hope that we don't forget about it and burn them and then have to start all over again, because that's never happened. I don't know why you would insinuate that. That sounds weird.
And how long does it take to perfect a beer like this? Because
So
I know you got to try and
Trial and error.
Yeah.
the base porter, that took us about 6 months to get just the base. And it's sort of a gamble when you go with a barrel aged, like it's kind of like a firkin, which is
I don't know.
I've felt firkin A. You don't.
That's some.
you know what a firkin is.
That's something like Ryan Phillips would text me and Matt one night. Like,
So it's
oh yeah, that's cool.
it's traditionally 5 or 10 gallon, and it is
Like
conditioned.
a fortnight, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Firkin, 5 gallons.
It's one of those that are conditioned in sort of a keg, and you have to hammer the tap in.
Okay.
And then there's a wooden spire. Like it's just a whole fucking.
Hammer the bunghole.
Yes, exactly.
We've all done that, right?
Well, 2003 was a weird year. I'll try anything twice. But no, so you really don't know. I mean, you can pull samples and taste what's going on, but also you sort of have to have faith in the skill and your knowledge of how it's going to react. Knowing the base beer, it's like, okay, I'm not applying jalapenos to this, which who knows? Maybe that could
Might
be
be
the
good.
best motherfucker ever making
it
a
out.
mole porter. Like peppers and a little chocolate.
That might be good.
Yeah, I mean, once again, but going with profiles that you sort of understand.
Yeah.
I think so. It's also a crapshoot. You don't know what's going to happen in that barrel.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have accidentally not sanitized something right, and the whole thing can go sour, and that's where you have.
Yeah.
Well, this is our special sour porter.
It's a lot bigger gamble too, because like
And it's on happy hour pricing.
making cocktails at the restaurant, like I'll mix a cocktail together. If it sucks, you dump it. But if
Yeah.
you got a giant barrel,
Well,
like,
yeah. I mean,
kinda-
that's the thing about the
it's a lot
firkin.
of-
Once you hammer it in,
it's a big
we had-
investment.
We had a firkin go sour
Firkin.
on us.
We make cheese dip in Firkins, big 5-gallon bag.
Really?
We had one go bad on us at a firkin festival. I know. I'm not.
We need to go to Firkin Festival.
Yeah.
That sounds
I'm
fun.
The
farking
one,
in.
the one in Mobile is great. And so everybody makes this specialty beer. And, man, it had turned. Because you can't even taste a firkin until you hammer it in. And then you have to stand there with a straight face. And then, like, I felt like that scene in Arrested Development where Michael Cera's just face down, like, kicking the dirt, like, walking away, or, like, one lone tear.
That would suck.
Oh, God. It was so embarrassing.
We're talking about peppers. The Stone Brew and their Chocovesa. If you had that one, they have peppers in that one. So
No, I mean, that's
be
not I
something.
mean, I was just using that as
I'm just saying,
that's
but-
something a little more daring.
yeah,
We-
you
we
just
did-
threw it out there, but it sounded really good to me.
One of the best beers we ever made, and it was so hard to replicate, was we got a bunch of watermelons and jalapenos from Snow's Bend. And so we made a jalapeno watermelon wheat.
Oh, man,
And we got
amazing.
just the right amount of, because peppers sometimes can go from,
I hadn't even tried it, but
that's-
that gave me a chubby.
Yeah.
we could go from interesting to, oh, that tastes like indigestion and stomach bile and shame. This one, you got just enough of the jalapenos to make your lips tingle.
Yeah.
Juicing all the watermelons. Once again, a sticky endeavor. The Bo Hicks story.
That could be
Colon.
that could be your documentary, Bo Hicks.
A sticky story.
Sticky endeavor. I'll help you produce it.
Oh, God, it'd be like a Kurt Vonnegut book where there's always like a second title. Like Slaughterhouse 5, a.k.a. The Children's Crusade. Didn't know they taught you that shit at Brookwood, did you? It could have been my 4 years at Shelton State. Best 4 years of my life. Go Bucks. I'm this close to that associate's degree, y'all.
4 years at a 2-year college.
I really, in the
love it.
spring, want to start an underground campaign to get an honorary associate's
Should.
from Shelton.
Hey.
Like how famous people can get an
Sure,
honorary doctorate.
Matt probably knows the fucking president.
I do. I talked to him the other day.
I told you.
At your event where we
Oh, wow.
at Visit Tuscaloosa.
I would have been pandering as a motherfucker.
Hey, we got Visit Tuscaloosa tonight. They're coming to do a tequila tasting for their Christmas party.
Nice. That'll be cool.
I like the folks that visit
Oh,
Tuscaloosa.
they're great.
Don Staley, Amazing dude. Worked with him.
Yep.
He's actually, I think, back in town.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. In Northport.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
kid. I have a long.
You just cheers yourself.
It was me spiritually.
Nobody else will.
I'll cheers you.
No, it's a long running joke of my general disdain for Northport.
I love it. I love it. Yesterday we have Jeff Hogg. Now we have disdain.
No, I mean it's fine. But
Jeff was calling me a minute ago. He might not like what we just posted.
Whoa. We need to back out something.
Well,
Sorry,
also,
too
like,
late. I'll only back out for Nikki. Nikki's the only person I'll cut something out for. She probably. We're 45
do the
minutes.
crime, do the time, man.
We're 45 minutes in. She's not listening no more.
It's not like you surprised him with anything here. Like,
We did.
Really.
I mean, it sort of looks like what you get.
It is. We hit all the good subjects, so
It's not a sober Sunday school hour.
that is true. That should be our new segment.
Today we're trying mocktails. Boo.
Sober Sunday with Chucky.
January. We'll have to do some mocktails for dry January.
People that
I'm joking. Dude, I'm fucking joking. Serious. Come on.
I was about to quit this shit. I have to go
I'm
find
taking
somebody
this,
new.
this. Fuck you. You're cool.
Look at this. That's sober October. We got like 11 months.
Okay. Okay.
You got. I see you got an easy hip over there. We've started.
You want to try that?
Well,
you
we
already.
Yeah, we're
y'all
selling
got
it
it.
on draft
Okay,
because
cool.
all
Oh,
jokes
wow.
aside
They got it on
about
draft.
our, obviously I love booze. We love booze. There's a reason we're doing this, but
Yeah.
also for the music, we've also started trying to offer some NA options. We have
Okay.
sparkling hop water,
Yeah, yeah.
kombucha, and the easy hemp. I mean, just because also people like I want people to feel comfortable, and
Right. Yeah, yeah,
they're
for
not
sure.
comfortable. They have a problem, whatever it is. I still want them to be able to come out and see music and not feel ostracized and just
Yeah.
have to stand there with a Sprite.
Yeah. Have you tried the High 8 seltzer?
Not yet.
I'll give you one of those before you leave and try to. It's through United Johnson Brothers to sell it. It's
Nice.
really good.
Not,
Not discounting the easy hemp company.
No,
That's
no, well,
fantastic.
I mean, who doesn't like good hemp?
yeah, no doubt. I'll try once again. I'll try that 3 times.
I drank some easy hemp on Sunday. We had a little Christmas party with my family. I don't remember half the party. I have to be honest with you.
Dude, that's a good drink, though.
Well, I mean,
And I added bourbon to it, and
oh God, crossfading.
We had bourbon to everything.
I did. We did that at the SEC game. I had one of those high seltzers. I poured Jack in it and just shotgun chugged it before we went into the
God, I
tailgate
would be
party.
time traveling,
I basically
but
was.
it only works into the future.
Hey, I
you
was-
can never go back, sadly.
I wasn't driving. I had nothing to do.
Oh, no.
It was fantastic.
Man, the hemp beverages I had have just really made me want to listen to some deep Dave Matthews cuts. Like, hey, I want to go back to Dave and Tim. At
That's what
Luther
I say,
College.
Dave and Tim, their acoustic show.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite Blu-rays I have.
Yeah.
There's a
Nobody even knows what Blu-ray is anymore. It's all
What is
streaming.
who are you, prank caller?
You know what I'm talking about? I think they were in New York,
Yeah.
Dave and Tim.
I've got the live
Grave
at
Diggers.
Luther, yeah.
Grave Diggers is one of my favorites. Probably top 10 songs.
Okay, we might have to edit this for Gin Pop, but in like the year of our Lord, 1998, one of my friends from Brookwood had gotten married and they were doing a beach trip, and me and my buddy Rocky were going to there. Like, no, we've been here a week. You are welcome to stay with us. We'd like to see a friend, and so we drive my 1992 Hyundai Elantra that's purple. And one of the windows doesn't roll up, so there's just a blanket like folded up in it. And we arrived down there and we bust out like 32-ounce Miller High Lifes, and get down on that. And the next day, and this is the part we'll probably need to bleep.
I got a bleep button.
Well, it might
It'd be a long ass bleep.
Yeah, it might need to. We had drank those 32s, and then we made margaritas in them.
Oh yeah.
And then went down to the beach, and we put on this live at Luther College album.
I put a note 49 minutes in.
Yeah,
No,
just-
this is the good stuff.
it'll come up if I ever run from there. I lay back with that 32-ounce margarita, and I listened to this first Dave and Tim album, and I was like, man, this just feels nice. And I set up, and I changed the CD, And I lay back down, and when that one ends, so, I sit up. My pupils are the size of nickels. And like
You said nipples?
nickels.
Oh, nickels. Okay.
And then everybody was gone. And it's like all the beach toys, our radio there. I'm feeling like Plan 9 from outer space.
You were
and
gone.
I don't know what to do, so I just dig a big hole and bury all of our shit. And then walk like Hunter S. Thompson through the pool complex up to the room. And they opened up the door, and they're like, "You're around." And I was like, "Y'all left. I don't know what to do with our shit. I buried it."
No, you did.
I am not cutting this out.
No, whatever.
Whatever else.
Yeah, and so then we
Buried
went and
it.
dug it back up. Surprisingly,
I
a
have
boombox.
never buried shit.
That's fine.
A boombox does not age well.
You never did.
I need to put that on my list.
It was it was a
Buried-
time. But
buried
yes,
shit in the
please,
yard.
Please believe that.
Yeah, I put a note. I'll bleep it.
Yeah,
Dude, all the good stuff, though, is.
Live at Radio City.
live at Radio City
That's
is
the
good.
one.
This one I had live at Luther College, which I don't even know where Luther College is, but it's like
We can pump it
Dave
in.
Matthews and the Rain Man himself, Tim Reynolds. Like Tim play fast, Tim play.
Pump it in.
I like that.
Oh, little ambience.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong there.
You ever listen to that one or hear it? Just him and Tim. Dave and Tim. Phenomenal.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Tim also is like sounds like Liu Kang's turkey kick on Mortal Kombat. There's just so many sweeps. And
I'm going to let him
scales.
turn it down, let it play a little.
Let her breathe a little.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you, but this is the best goddamn beer I ever had.
Has he mentioned that
And my
yet?
big can.
It is good. It is really good. I love the toasted coconut taste. I can really taste it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also important when you're doing some of that to not make it so cloying. I'm just gonna grab.
Yeah.
Get
And
your
I'm going
water.
to say with the Eagle Rare in it, thanks to Bo for bringing that. Eagle Rare, 10-year single
You
barrel.
were laughing at me, but it's pretty good.
It is good. I poured the rest of mine in there. And you said Scott Holmes?
Get whatever you want out of there.
Scott Holmes kind of gifted that to Bo, and of course Bo drank most of it before he brought it here, but it's good.
Don't get that blue can. That's pure shit.
Yeah, you don't want that shit.
That is pure shit. Hope we don't know anybody from. Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Party machine. No, I apologize.
Definitely.
No, I've got to get back to the grind before too long. So I think just
We call it adulting.
Yeah. We try to stay back here as long as we fucking can.
We do.
no. Once again, if you had the drawstring doll of me,
Right?
We need
you
one.
know, just with colloquialisms,
Do you sell those?
I might make one next year.
That would be freaking cool as hell.
Hey, let's see what Jeff had to say.
I got to get me one of those hats. Man, that's hilarious. I got to get me one of those hats.
So we had Jeff Hogg on here yesterday. Some constituent in Northport posted FJH. Fuck Jeff Hogg.
Yeah.
So,
And it wasn't fantastic, Jeff Hogg.
so I made a hat before he came on.
That said FJH.
FJH. And I'll show you a picture of it. And he didn't notice it till halfway through.
So Justin wore that the whole interview.
It was great.
God, man, that's some quality. I'm not trolling because that's the wrong thing. That's
Right.
it's an inside joke.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
like I know Jeff good enough. Like he thought it was funny. He
Yeah.
embraced it, so it wasn't
Dude,
like
Jeff was great
it
yesterday.
wasn't like
I mean, he
making
was,
fun of him or nothing.
No.
And no, I mean, and once again, it's almost just been a shtick of mine of goofing on Northport. You know, it's
It's easy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so freaking easy.
yeah. I mean, and no matter what they do, they're going to be. You know, there's going to be a constituency that's mad. You know, once again, I always take this back to Mayor Maddox during COVID. Like,
Right.
half the population thought that he was trying to kill everybody, and the other half thought that he was trying to shut down.
Tried to kill all the businesses.
Yeah, I mean, and
all the bar business.
yeah, and what
was
do you
crazy.
do? What do you do there? Like
Yeah.
you're, you know, it's a call me Usarian. That's a catch-22.
Yeah, it is.
Like
I don't know that word, but I like it.
it's the name of a character in Catch. God damn it! 5 years at Shelton State. Okay.
Yeah.
You learn things.
Dude,
I
you-
only went there for 2 years. I missed out on that.
Oh, you missed out on your senior year. Dude, that was the
damn
best.
sophomore up in there.
Sophomore.
Oh man, you didn't get the full width and girth.
What do you think about that, Matt? You mixed a little Eagle Rare with it.
I mean, it's freaking amazing.
It's a
it is
gentleman's
good.
Boilermaker.
Is that beer any good?
Yeah, it's light.
We hadn't tried that one yet.
It's all right. It's
It's all right.
yeah. You know,
That was some random ones I got from some of the reps from me.
well, Mike Ray, El Ray.
Yeah. And I don't know if I've said it on the show. I probably have because
The
I'm
best
drunk
goddamn
right
beer
now
ever
at this
had.
point.
That's a big can.
But the brewers that I've talked to say that this is the best porter that they've ever tasted. And that, to me, is like when your peers say
Yeah, for sure.
that shit's real,
Yeah. No,
that means a lot.
and it means
It
a
makes
lot
me
to
proud as being from Tuscaloosa. I didn't brew the shit, but it still makes me proud to be from Tuscaloosa and to
I
have
mean,
that.
Thank you. I mean, to be a small place, man, like we're giving it the old community college try.
Can you buy that in a 6-pack?
You can buy the regular porter, not.
No, I want that one in a 6-pack tomorrow.
You can buy 6 of them.
Is there a limit you can buy tomorrow? I know you only have one. You said 100.
Technically, we used to do that, but in the past years, I'm like, fuck it. We're in the business to sell this.
That is. When it's gone, it's gone, baby.
That's what I was having a conversation with myself a minute ago, talking about how good it was, and we were just like, I was me, myself, and I. It is good. I like.
I'm gonna tell you, I bought 4 last year, and I don't think they made it to the New Year's.
Well, good. They're made
Yeah.
to be enjoyed.
I did give one to Jim Page on his way out.
You know, if you come by, that's
Fuck
cool.
me,
If
give
you
me
come,
one.
if you come by,
We weren't tight back then.
That's true.
if you come by to get one, we when we were moving out of the old 1,400 square foot place, I found a case of 2019.
Awesome.
Poured it, and I was like, okay, this could go 2 ways. Either I could open it up and demons
Amazing.
fly out, and it smells like a fart after eating Funyuns and drinking wine, or it's going to age really well. And I found out that it aged really well. I mean, it's already not obviously an overcarbonated beer. Barrel aged, very rarely it's overcarbonated. But the profile was still there, and it really made me wish I really should have been taking notes about what each year.
What you were doing.
Or the color of the wax. The color of the wax changes every year as well.
That's cool. I did the same thing with our Don Julio pick there you tried earlier. Like, we had 246 bottles. I hid 12 bottles in the back of my closet at home. I was like, because once that's gone, like that's that only barrel.
Yeah.
So like we could get another barrel. Actually, we can't anymore because ABC screwed us.
Yeah.
But we could get another one, but it's going to taste different.
Yeah, it's not going to be that one. I mean,
So
that's also the thing about the bespoke nature of that. The single barrel.
It's different.
It's not
Every-
going
little
to be
different.
blended. I
Yeah.
mean, no matter what, even if they're next to each other, there's going to be micro changes.
Yeah,
and-
for sure.
Or even if there were 2 barrels
Yeah.
of this porter, there was only one.
Yeah, just that particular taste.
Yeah.
That's what ABC screwed us this year. So that's 750 milliliters. They just changed the law that us as a restaurant can only sell 375 milliliter bottles.
Really?
No explanation, nothing. Signed into law by Governor Ivey. So they called me and said, "Hey, you can't sell those anymore." I told them I don't really give a shit because I only got 3 bottles left. But, but I'm also pissed off because I was going to do a couple more next year because it was a big hit.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of suck. I mean, blue laws can be so antiquated in a way that they're almost stepping on themselves
Absolutely.
through not making more money.
Right.
Like it's the sin taxes or, pay for a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure.
And so,
But the people that can change this, honestly, is at this table.
well, yeah,
But it takes a whole lot of work.
It
and
does,
effort
it does.
to get there.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Even it's like you said, some of the stupid laws, like I own a Tesla.
yeah.
Alabama cannot sell Teslas because they don't have Tesla doesn't have a dealership. You go to the website, say I want this car. Here's my credit card. Here's my down payment.
You going to Georgia to get it?
You got to go to Georgia, Nashville, and Mississippi. Alabama has an old
Mississippi?
Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi.
Mississippi's fucking shaming us
Yeah,
here.
Alabama has
Fuck
an old law
me.
that you have to go through a dealership to buy a car.
I mean, and that was
Tes-
probably like, one thing when we were,
1800s.
one of the things we ran into when we were trying to change laws as breweries,
I'm sure. Yeah.
was distributors
Yeah.
had lobbied, and they have a much bigger lobby, of course, for us to sell things to go. Used to, we could not. And then through a lot of back and forth and compromise and, both sides giving a little, some of the production side giving more. So if you came into Druid City today, you could buy up to 5 gallons, essentially a 6-stool keg.
What's that called again? The Funko or something?
I forget what the.
What's that word? The festival.
Yeah, but
Busha Bacha? Where the hell that festival was?
yeah. But also but that's it.
Yeah.
But that was the compromise we made with the distributors because their lobby is a lot stronger.
Oh, for sure.
Than ours, and they want people, to do other things. I'll tell y'all some tales.
That's what's crazy.
Out of school later.
Even in Tesla built a gigafactory, they call it in Austin, Texas. Texas has the same law as Alabama. So if I live in Austin and I bought a Tesla, I have to drive to Oklahoma to pick it up.
No shit.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but that's also
They'll change that in Texas.
And when I bought my Tesla,
Alabama won't.
You could
but they'll
follow
change
it. It came from California. It came on railroad through Birmingham up to Nashville. I had to go to Nashville to pick it up. I'm like, this is so damn stupid.
And this is like going around your elbow to get to your ass.
Is that another
Colloquialism?
I can't say it, but whatever. Basically, yes.
Well, I digress. Is there anything else I can tell you boys?
No,
about?
anything you need to tell us what's going on for the new year? Anything you got exciting? New beers, new anything?
No, we're gonna keep on trying. So, it's still, a real mom and pop's the wrong term. It's still a real skeleton crew of us trying to balance music, arts, still doing everything. And so we're going to do some creative things. We've got some ideas. We're really talking about doing a secret show before too long. I'll let you know.
You know the stage is available.
Yeah.
You know that.
He's got
Up until March. After March to April,
you need
May.
to show Bo your boozy wagon.
You got a boozy wagon.
He does. Badass.
So, yeah, we're just going to keep on doing what we've been doing, man, and trying our best to make Tuscaloosa proud.
Well, you definitely have.
Yeah.
Like I said, the fact that the mayor, when he came on the show, and I asked him, what do you want to drink? He said, I'm a big fan of Druid City. Can you get some Druid City for us?
He's
That should mean a lot to you. That
It should mean.
the
Yeah.
mayor, that's what he requested. Because
Yeah.
we always kind of asked our guests, like, hey, what do you want to drink? What you like? And that's what he
If they
requested.
say nothing, we just move on to the next person.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
at
yeah.
that point.
Yeah, I'm a non-alcoholic. And we're like, don't call me again.
Okay.
who are you, prank caller?
Who are you?
Prank caller.
Then we send them to Kip at that point.
Talk to the blue hairs out on Windsor
true, that's
Drive.
true.
Well, thank y'all very much for
Absolutely.
inviting me,
Enjoy
guys.
it.
It's been an amazing conversation. I hope I haven't gotten myself in trouble. I'm not going to tell my wife. I'm going to tell her. She's smarter and meaner than me, and we'll figure it out
She'll
anyway.
figure it out.
Good ballast in my ship. My ship of life.
I appreciate you coming on with both.
Definitely.
I'll play us out, and we'll go try another beer.
All right, we'll leave the lights on for you.